Unseen It. Unseen Radio. You're listening to Bedge Music Review Corner on Unseen Radio.
To review is our task. Is it hard, you ask? Well, of course. We all know what we like when we hear drums and songs sung or screamed through a mic. Our task is to put in our 2 pence and not offend the artists themselves. We've not lived their lives the way they've lived theirs. We don't know where their mind dwells. At least you're putting it out there for viewing and hearing. I find it endearing to listen, to have the chance to listen to as much music as I can, to break down the walls and listen to new bands. And if you have a while, take a leaf out of our books. Don't judge it by its cover or the way it looks. It all starts with active listening. And that, my friends, is just the beginning.
This is the Bedge Music Review Corner here on Unseen Radio. You're listening to me, your host, Bedge. Thank you for that fantastic poem, Peter. This is our first track. It's by Tony Goff and it's called Snakes and Ladders.
My life is like snakes and ladders. I'm on the top and then I stagger. Failing life, failing friends. This rating won't be a good end now. Won't be a good end now. My life is like Pluto, just trying to find screw me. Go fish and see what you might find. Battleships, see if you survive. Survive. I close the door so some will open. I change the course as some are broken. Now I'm trying to find another way to reach that long-awaited day. My life is a charade, stuck in the mud and it's constant day. My life is like snakes and ladders. I'm on the top and then I stagger. Go fish, see what you might find. Battleships, see if you survive. Survive. Close the door so some will open. I change the course as some are broken. Trying to find another way to reach that long-awaited day. Long-awaited day. I close the door so some will open. I change the course as some are broken. Now trying to find another way to reach that long-awaited. I close the door so some will open. I change the course as some are broken. Now trying to find another way to reach that long-awaited day.
Snakes and Ladders there from Tony Goff. You can find him on facebook.com/Tony Goff Music. Goff spelled Goff. He's not actually got a Northampton postcode. He's not from Northamptonshire, but he's from High Wycombe, so we thought we'd sort of sneak him in and no one will notice. But recording in London and mastered on the other side of the world in Australia. So pretty good going. We've got 3 guests here today who will be discussing the songs. Our first guest is the man you heard reciting that brilliant poem at the beginning. Well, I thought anyway. We won't review his poem, we'll review the song instead. It's the Bard of Northampton. It's Peter James Norman.
Hello.
Now, the Barlet Picnic, it was only a few weeks ago in our time, but through the magic of radio, it seems like forever because...
Yeah, 4th it was. The bands were playing were absolutely amazing. the atmosphere was great, and the rain held off, thankfully. Well, mostly. There was a bit of a grey skies at points, but everyone persevered and everyone had a really, really great day, I think.
Well, being the Bard of Northampton, how has it changed your life forever?
Well, I got invited here, so you
That the highlight so far.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
no. It was completely unexpected, a wonderful surprise, and it was just a group of wonderful people there to support me as well. Obviously, all the judges and all the other contestants did an amazing job. So many different styles of poems while we were there, and just some was spoken word, and it was just a really exciting place to be, and to be a part of it's wonderful. And then from now on, being the bard, and kind of my intentions for being the bard is to kind of help spread the spoken word through the rest of Northampton in terms of poetry and writing and whatever you want to do. So I'm trying to get people to get in contact with me and record their stuff.
How do they get in contact with you?
They can go via my website, which is www.aplacetoputthings.co.uk. There's an email address, or search me on Facebook. It's just Peter James Norman. I'm doing recording of several artists and getting their stuff immortalised and, again, podcasted or just onto SoundCloud or something like that, so they've got a record of what they do.
That's fantastic. Well, should we talk about Tony Goff? Can you remember?
Yeah. It's an ideal song for this time of year. I can imagine listening to that in a car, cruising somewhere, to a festival. It's ideal festival sort of music, really bouncy, uplifting sounds to it. The guitar sounded great. The vocal, I think, maybe a little too reverbed at points, and that's probably my only real criticism of the song. It really did what it was designed to do, I think.
Yeah, not too gimmicky.
The lyrics were a little... they were just using rhyming couplets, but that's fine. I don't mind that.
Right, our next two guests are both from a filmmaking duo by the name of The Rest. They are Alex and Lewis.
Hello.
Hey. Now, you guys got a new film out. It's called The Boy with the Thorn in His Side.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sort of... How do you pronounce it? Stieg Larsson or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually based
yeah.
off. It was based off the title for a Smith song.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So yeah, Morrissey and all that.
And I guess it is kind of like a metaphor for characters in the film and what sort of happens.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to.
You're trying to find a way of... No.
Don't really want to
reveal
give
too
it away
much.
what happens by telling you what the name means. But yeah.
And that's recently been shortlisted for the...
Yeah, actually, yeah. I think you can vote from today on filmnorthants.co.uk, and it's like the local festival here. And I think there's a couple of films up, and we are in the over 16 category. And yeah, you can watch the film on there. You can vote for it on there.
That's fantastic. And the all will be announced on the 9th of September at Cineworld. So
That's that's actually the the premiere night, I think they call it, and everyone goes up there, all the finalists, and you get to watch your film on the big screen, and like the biggest local cinema anyway. Yeah.
Even if you like want to make a film, I would like suggest, if you want to be a filmmaker, you should like definitely make a film and enter it for next year. Like we've done it last year and this year. We didn't win last year, but we got to see our film on like a massive cinema screen, and to us that meant more than like actually winning, because I don't know, just a sort of feeling like going to the cinema and watching a film, but we were watching our own film. It was just good. So if you feel like you can make it to the final, it's still good, even if you don't win, in a sense.
Yeah. And they have judges who sort of know their stuff and give feedback. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
they change. I think each year.
I think they always have like a guest judge, and sometimes they even get in people who have already have won, like several times. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into the politics of who gets what vote, but yeah, they're decent judges. Yeah.
Yeah. But as he said, filmnorthants.co.uk is the place to go.
It's the place to go. Yeah.
And go on there and vote for The Boy with a Thorn in His Side.
Fantastic. Right, Snakes and Ladders by Tony Goff.
I did actually like it because I liked sort of like the rhythm, and I like the melodies, and I think there was sometime, like at some point in the first verse, there was like some sort of harmonies in there, but they never actually happened again. But I did like that bit as well. It's probably my high point of the song.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice song. I could imagine hearing it on the radio. Probably the lyrics were a bit gimmicky, but like you said, but I thought it was okay. I didn't really mind them, but they stuck out for me. I remember them now, so I guess it worked. So yeah, I liked it.
Because there's a sense sort of saying, oh, it's a bit poppy, a bit melodic. It'll just switch off.
Yeah.
It would make, like I said, good driving music. You could quite happily cruise somewhere to that, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Had a good vibe about it anyway,
Yeah.
like a positive vibe. So
Yeah, uplifting and sort of, yeah.
I think with pop music, it is really about the melody because that's what you remember. Even if the words are really stupid, you'll always remember the melody, and that's why you'll always sing it. You know
Even if it's saying that his life's like Cluedo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do you want to give your score out of 10, please, Peter?
I'd give it a strong 6, I'd say.
Alex?
I'm going to give it a light 6.
And Lewis?
I'm just gonna go for a 6.
I didn't need to get my calculator out anyway to average that. Right. 6 out of 10 there for Tony Goff with Snakes and Ladders. Lewis said there it had some very good vibes, and I think we'll segment that very well into the next song, which is called Good Vibes.
Nothing but good vibes. Good vibrations to the world. Positive vibrations will be filling you up. On your sense of feeling to compassion and love. A little sense of meaning feeling coming through your bones. Cause pure love is this simple, so tell it to the throne. Nothing but good vibes. Good vibrations to the world. Positive vibrations will be filling you up. On your sense of feeling to compassion and love. A little sense of meaning feeling coming through your bones. Cause pure love is this simple, so tell it to the thrones. Nothing but good vibes. Good vibrations to the world. Tell it to the thrones. Pass the message through the world. Tell it in the people's hearts. The people are amazing. Underneath it's clear. So let the troubles float away and let go of your fears. Tell it to the throne. Tell it to the throne.
TROYFORD there on the Unseen Radio Review Corner with me, your host Bedge, featuring Andy Fellows, aka Fractal Mandala, on the vocals. He used to be in a local band called Rodeo Radio. That's off his forthcoming Empty Minds Create Dark Places EP. He now lives in Brighton, but he used to be a Northamptonian. So we're playing that because of that. We should play some people who actually come from Northampton, not someone who sort of comes from just outside it or used to live here or anything. But it's proper Northampton lad. Today on the show we've got the Bard of Northampton, Peter James Norman, and Alex and Lewis from Northampton's The Rest film crew. And Lewis, should we start with you on your thoughts on Good Vibes?
I'm very much a believer in vibrations and stuff, so straight away I sort of connected with a song. I thought it was a very good song, different. I like the feel of the tune. Although it was a good vibe, it was called Good Vibes. It was like sort of, I'm gonna say like mysterious and dark in a sense, like the lyric, the beat used that they made. But apart from that, really, I don't know. It's not a bad thing. I don't know. Just sort of made me feel like I was traveling somewhere in my mind, like it was dark, but somehow getting good vibes out of it. So, yeah, it was cool. I really liked it. It was something different. Now that I just heard he's not from Northampton, it's sort of now I have no faith in Northampton music really. But it was very good. From Northampton. Yeah, but he moved away. Obviously, we all should do that. Yeah. But it was good. It was definitely good. If it was made in Northampton, it would have been even better. But okay, I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. It's like I'm sort of like all over the place because I don't know. It just caught me off guard. Like almost all the way through, there was like really different sort of influences. There was like some like Indian guitars, and then the way he's singing, it was kind of like from like, I don't know whether to say Rasta or reggae influences kind of, but because a lot of the times when I am caught off guard, I do like that because I don't want to hear something new. So I'm gonna say I like it because I think if I did listen to it again, I think it would grow on me. But I don't know. I just really like the ideas that are happening in it. I just don't know if it's right.
Yeah. I would like to say though, even though I like the tune, I probably wouldn't have it on my iTunes for some reason. Just don't ever really see myself listening to it on like let's say every week, for example. Maybe it's just one of those tunes that might spring up and I'll be that's cool. But that's it. Yeah,
bit of a curveball. Well, you remember we were outside. I'll give you a bit of a behind the stage sneak peek into Unseen Radio. They were asking me sort of, what songs are you playing today, Ben? And I was like, that was the one that I don't know if you remember, but I couldn't really
struggled to describe.
Yeah, I think definitely. It is that sort of thing. Would you agree, Pete?
Yeah, it really reminded me a bit of Moby's Play, the Play album by Moby. It's kind of got that kind of slow, kind of echoed drum machine in the background, which is always like a strong influence through all of Moby's kind of stuff. That kind of fed through the whole song with that regular 4/4 nice slow down tempo, and it made it flow along really nicely. And like you said, with the kind of Indian guitar, the sitar kind of sound on those, that was really nice bits to pick out parts of the melody within the song. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So, should we get the scores out of 10 again for that? It's going along really quickly today's show. Lewis?
I'd probably give it a strong 7.
And Alex?
I was actually going to give it a 7 as well.
You can give it, there's no problem. So.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's just because I wanted to sort of measure up from whatever person before me would have said.
I was going to say 8, but I didn't know whether to say 8, so I just went for strong 7.
All right.
And I'm going to do it then. I'm going to say an 8. I really like that. I like the drum machine in it. I like the layering to the track. It sounded really well pieced together. There was a bit of a buzz sound in the background. I'm not sure if...
Yeah, I thought that was the mic.
Yeah, I think it might be some sort of feedback. Maybe a bit mastering more on it would be just to finally crisp it off. It might...
that's what I think.
Might just pick out a few more bits of the tune all together and make it come together.
I think, some great ideas. But, if it's mastered properly, it would be even better.
I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine it on the radio, definitely not. But I could imagine it for some reason at like the start of some sort of sci-fi game or something.
No, I was thinking more like a beginning of like CSI or something like that. You know, that kind of thing.
Definitely.
Like it would make really, really wicked.
Someone driving
intro.
through a city.
You could even meditate to that song.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was a good. That was the best. That was, well, no offence, it was better than the one before, in my opinion.
Nothing wrong with that. Just your opinion's all what this show's about.
Definitely.
So that means that Troyford is so far the highest scoring Tranga tonight. But can our third and final act knock him off the podium? This is a little bit less relaxed. They're called In Her Dying Memory, and the song is This Is the End. Free to download from inherdyingmemory.bandcamp.com, and with a forthcoming EP on the way. That was This Is the End. Fair bit of head nodding there from you, Alex. Yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling it, or?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, I don't know, because... I don't know. It's very tricky because the way I feel about metal is... I feel like it's been the same for years, and I just want to hear, like, new ideas come in and somebody change what they do with it. And this one was like, just like, not, I don't want to say the average metal song, but it was kind of what I expected. And I don't know, metal was kind of like ruined. I don't know if you remember Power Rangers theme, and they just made this really like faux metal theme tune, and I just don't know.
The Power Rangers killed metal.
Yeah, they did.
It'll be the headline. Alex from the Rest says the Power Rangers killed metal.
Yeah, But I did really like the way it transitioned into like, I think it was like the chorus into like the verses and the other parts of the song, and like the drumming, the drums in like the chorus, and how it kind of, the drums kind of slow down. I don't know any technical terms, but kind of slow down, and it was like a more sort of, it's like a head nodding inducing kind of thing. I don't know how to explain.
Peter will tell you the technical terms. He's been firing them all out all night, hasn't he? Nothing but...
Well, the drums were spot on. They were really good. Whoever's that drummer is, they're really putting it down, and really well. And the sound of those drums as well. So the recording was also awesome. Like the sound of that the bass, the double bass pedal kicking off in that was just really, really exciting. However, like you said, kind of a generic kind of metal song. So it was the vocals were so classically recognisable that kind of made it a little bit flat. There wasn't an exciting twist or anything within the vocal sort of range. It was quite predictable. But however, like you said, when you get to the chorus and it's kind of got that little breakdown, the slow down bit with the kind of bobbing head bit, you'd be bobbing your head along in a concert or something to that. Definitely, I think it would do really well. And the sentiment in the song was quite good as well. I like the kind of idea of the lyrics, the way they were going.
Fantastic. And Lewis?
I'd just like to know, first of all, are they actually from Northampton?
Yes, they are from Northampton.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know
get an
loads.
extra point for that.
Yeah, probably. Because I don't actually know loads about metal and I don't know about structure of metal songs, but I think it was the chorus when it come in. That was, don't know, straight away that just become like amazing to me. I just liked it a lot. The drums were on point. Everyone said that already, but I love the drums. That was probably my favourite part of the song, the drums really, all the way through.
This drummer's going to be sort of walking around a week with a big smug look on his face.
They deserve it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was wicked. And there was a part, I think the guitar was all the way through it, but it was sort of like, I'm not going to call it guitar solo, but near enough the end part of the song. It was from like one point all the way to the end. It was just like, I'm going to say sick. Just all the way through it was just like great.
Like the outro solo bit.
I thought it was like an
thing,
outro, but
yeah.
it was just way too long to be an outro. But it could have been, but I thought that was like amazing, really. But like I have felt like I've heard it before, maybe on the Power Rangers, maybe. But it feels
that's
very
the next
similar.
track. It's there.
But it did get on. It did get good as it went on. It did get good. I can't say that it's a bad song because I do enjoy it, listening to it. So
Should we get the marks out of 10 then?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna give this one. Well, it's my favourite song of the night, probably, just because I liked a lot of things inside of it.
All right.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm just gonna give it an 8.
Yep, go for it.
I'm in a tricky place because I gave one 7 and gave one 6, and I kind of want to put it in between.
You can do decimals, I think.
Can
my
you do
show.
the average then?
It's my show. You know.
I'll give it a 6.5 then.
6.5. And finally, from the Bard of Northampton.
I'll give this one a 7.
Something I'd just like to say, something about reviews, especially on the internet, is like somehow an album comes out, gets leaked, for example, and within 2 hours there's already a review on it saying, oh, this album's rubbish, this is a 6 or something. But I don't think it's possible to say, oh, this is what the album is, it's a 6, like now. And a lot of big websites are doing it now when they're reviewing. So even us now reviewing these songs after one listen, I'm trying to think of it as if I'm listening to it more than once, do you know what I mean? But on a scale of a whole album, I don't see how reviewers are doing that, so therefore I never really listen to what reviews say, no matter how good they say an album is. The only people I really ever agree with is Pitchfork. If you've ever been on there,
Yeah.
they usually do albums quite well, and they usually go
Pitchfork
off.
like Deaf Heaven, by the way.
Oh yeah, so they are probably good.
Yep.
Anyone that they like is usually pretty good. No.
Also, the Bedge music website. You're a big fan of that, yes?
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Of course I am. Of course I am.
Fantastic. Yeah, they also like Deaf Heaven.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's the thing that I like people doing scores out of 10, but then I don't really do them myself.
I do.
So
I
you
think.
just put us through that torture
Yeah.
of having to judge other people's music. Thanks a lot.
I think I'll probably do it. I prefer doing lists, like top 5 lists.
Yeah.
But I think that's even harder because it's just hard to like dwindle it down to like 5, songs.
And it's also hard when we've listened to such 3 different complete
Yeah.
pieces and to judge them against each other when they're not even in the same anywhere in the same genre. Or it's difficult. If we were reviewing 6 ambient pieces and 6 metal pieces, we'd be able to pick which was the best metal piece.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. That's not a downfall of the show, though.
No,
That's
we
just-
don't want to make the show easy for you.
Oh no!
We
I'm
like
not
putting
saying it
through your paces. You know, you're the bard of Northampton. You gotta.
I've got to say words, haven't I?
Yeah.
Like all proper and stuff.
Exactly. You got a cloak and everything.
I do have a cape.
A cape.
A cape is not. It's not a cloak. It doesn't have a hood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it? Would you like it to have a hood?
I'd like it to have a brooch. It's a bit long, as I'm quite short. I keep tripping on it if I wear it.
I didn't even know we had a bard. So
This man.
Hey.
You've met him now.
it's great that there is shows like this, because obviously I don't actually know what happens in Northampton. I'm just like in a bubble, so
Yeah, if you want
It's
to,
good,
the other,
yeah.
if you want to hear like the other people that read for it, there's Raising the Arwen, which is a group on Facebook to search for definitely, and it's all spoken word and poetry at the Labour Club. It's a really worthwhile night to go down to. Really sort of very relaxed atmosphere. People taking turns and reading. Sometimes there's live bands. Sometimes it's just the people saying their words, and it's always themed. So there'll be like a theme for the night. It's always a worthwhile night of just meeting interesting people and people with something really to say.
Meeting the bard today, Peter. It was just.
You're supposed to bow, right?
Oh, I did. I just did. Everyone, I just bowed.
Alex is on his hands and knees.
But pause. I would just like to say that for what it's doing for Northampton, even though it's a bit undercover and I've only found out about it today, it's great. It's just like sort of brings a tear to my eye. But I just don't know anything. I feel like we were the only people really in Northampton. The rest, I feel like the people we know and us, we're the only really people trying to do something creative in Northampton. I knew there was poetry going on and stuff, but after speaking to him, I understood it was a lot deeper than just a few people doing it. And especially with the creative arts and paintings and stuff, and there's like a factory and that do it like with rooms, and that's just amazing to hear. So if anyone else is doing anything, it's just good to hear that Northampton's actually trying to do something rather than just like making kebab shops and like fish and chip shops and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
And Primark, come on.
Yeah, Primark. And all these like rubbish like clothing shops. So it's just good to hear. So if anyone knows anything, just hit us up on our website or something.
Which is?
Well, we've got WeTheRest.com. It currently
You've got to
links
give yourself
through.
a little shameless plug.
It links through to our Vimeo at the moment. But you can email us at like writetherest, like write as in writing, writetherest@gmail.com. Just email us if you're doing anything, because we'll probably pass down, like see what's going on really, because it's just always good to be around creative people and stuff.
we're always fighting like a losing corner about people saying Northampton's boring, Northampton this and that, but obviously there is stuff happening, so we're not wrong.
It's all about discovering it. That's the thing with Northampton. I've been here 10 years or whatever, and it's taken. I was in the music scene for a while, playing, gigging and stuff like that, and then doing various recordings and different bits and pieces, and it's just you kind of pick up one person here and there from a different thing, and then you'll find it'll suddenly open up this whole sort of vista of different things that are happening that you never ever knew about, and they were just hidden away, but not because they're usually low funding or not funded or voluntary. Getting the word out there is a lot more difficult for those people without the big sort of corporate backing, and it's just about when you find it, being a part of it and putting yourself into it as much as you can, because that will only make that scene grow, and it will make it develop and become better and make more people know about it, and just improve the whole idea of creating and art and music and media, that kind of thing, in the whole sort of space of Northampton.
I just thought of an idea. I don't know if it's already happening, but there should be like a Facebook group for Northampton creative things where you can go on, and you can say, "Oh, I've got a night running this night," all the information, and just everywhere like that.
It's the youth arts.
And yet there is also an arts collective, which is the another thing run by NN, and they have, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, a Pecha night. What you do is you pick 20 sort of slides that show what you are, whatever you do, and they put together this whole presentation of just photos explaining what you are. So there's a whole bunch of people there, from artists to filmmakers to musicians, and it's this big get-together of the Northampton community. You get a chance to showcase what you're doing, and then afterwards, I'm sure everyone talks to each other. I hope they do anyway. They don't just sort of
Silent.
go in and watch in silence, and great community of stuff will come out of there. And that's at the NN Gallery down in Northampton's Cultural Quarter, which is just opposite the Shoe Museum.
Okay.
And I think that is going to be great.
How'd you get involved with that?
Just search NN Contemporary Arts and it'll put you through to a whole load of details. I think Catherine's the person you need to email. It might not be, but if you look on their website, there'll be a whole load of stuff. They're monthly, they might be. I don't know, I don't really know. We'll get someone on the show next week to talk about it. But yeah, these are great things. And if you're under 26 and over 16, and you're doing something creative or arty, or to do with any form of the arts in Northampton, and you want to get in touch with a bunch of people who know what's going on, promote your thing, find out about other stuff that's going on before my voice completely goes.
We have a new member here.
Then get in touch with the
Smeagol's joining the conversation.
the Youth Arts Collective by emailing everyone@scene, spelled SEEN.org, as in Unseen Radio. It's a big thing. We've got the radio, we've got a website, we've done a magazine, we've got projects coming up, taking over small spaces, and yeah, if you're a young person in Northampton, get involved. That's been yet another review corner here on Unseen Radio. I'd like to thank my guests, The Rest and Bard Pete.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's no problem. Thanks for coming and talking about the Power Rangers. Our third, it was quite a positive show. In third place, we had Tony Goff with his Snakes and Ladders. In a very close second, it was In Her Dying Memory with This Is the End. But by 0.14, it was Troyford with his lovely song Good Vibes, which, yeah, I think was a very worthy winner. Are we all saying that was our favourite?
Yeah.
No, you said In Her Dying Memory was
yeah,
your
I did actually like In Her Dying Memory, which is weird because I don't actually listen to metal that much. Back in college I did, but yeah, I don't know, I just like something about it captivated me more than the Good Vibes, even though I connected with Good Vibes more. It's weird, I don't know why I picked more. That's how it is.
You know, no one would like music if it was straightforward.
No, that's true.
So, yeah, please come, join us again next week when we'll be doing the same thing. Hopefully it'll be as, you know, inspirational, if you can use that word, as it has been today. I've been Bedge. Thanks to our 3 guests. This has been the Review Corner. Over and out.